Hey gang, Ronan here. As you can see in this game, we have Reejr playing the Tier 9 Premium or Special, I can't remember, Georgia. This is a fast battleship with very hard-hitting guns and quite a suite of secondaries as well. I find the ship very fun to play. There was a bug introduced with update 0.10.5. Those boxes won't stay checked, and neither will the alternative interface remain at full. They stay that way in the game, but for replays I have to go in and manually reset them each time, so that's what I was doing there. Because I like the additional information, and those of you who are used to watching my videos at this point are probably familiar with that information as well. So I figure I should take a few seconds and go do that. So all the information is there. You can see on the upper left, you've got a green rectangle with all the friendly ships, their tiers and types. And also on the far right of that rectangle of green, the number of kills they have in the game, and then the same is true on the opposite side in the red rectangle of the enemy team. And the color is actually, those are individual bars for each ship. That'll give you some idea of how many HP each of those ships has. Now, that is very accurate, and it can really help you determine who to target. For example, if you see on the red team that somebody has very, very few HP left, you can use the mini-map to get some idea of where they are. And maybe you hold your fire, you don't take the shot on the full health Iowa, but instead you wait and try and finish off the Donskoy that only has 4,000 HP left. Things like that. It's just another tool. And if you're not using the mod station, which is where I picked this up, although I also believe it's available in other mod packs or something like it, I really recommend it. Using the mod station is sanctioned by Wargaming. You can find that in the Wargaming forums, or you can use the search function here on the YouTube, the ICOP YouTube page, easy for me to say, and just type in mod station and it'll take you to the 2 short videos that I created some time ago with information about where you can find the mod station and how to use it. So, back to the game. We've got Geniza now at roughly 1 o'clock. We're just turning out. Takes 8,500 HP shot from Gneisenau. Gneisenau is not known for being particularly accurate, but those guns do hit hard. One overpen, 3 ricochet, 1,575 damage. That's disappointing. There's a Fiji out here. And in the Georgia, you're probably, if you get a full volley on a Fiji, you're probably either going to sink it or be crying in your beer because you ended up with half a dozen overpens. Colorado showing some side, and Colorado, that ship will not fare well against these shells. Colorado's turning in, but if these shells are on target, Colorado armor is not going to be able to handle. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so will this be overpens or will this be blappage? I'm guessing blappage. Yep. Bye-bye, Fiji. Nice shot, Reejr. Yeah, you are off to a great start. So why were you seeing that this was a replay and that I had already recorded? Well, got a lot going on in real life. At some point I may make a video that addresses what's been going on in real life, but for now, just suffice it to say that there's a lot going on in real life, and I have not been able to keep up with videos and commentaries the way that I would like. Oh, this is going to hurt. Looks like Reejr's going to eat 3 here. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. And we recently updated from 0.10.5 to 0.10.6, and ahead of that, since I had, I don't know, 8 or 10 replays that had been sent to me, I wanted to... Nice. And Reejr finishes off the Gneisenau, who was reversing, trying to get away. I wanted to make sure that I didn't lose any of those, so I went ahead and recorded them. I wasn't able to watch them, but I did get them recorded into MP4 files. If you're not familiar with how replays work, when there is a game update, any replays you have from an older update will no longer run in the game client. And for my money, the best way to avoid running into that issue, which is what I was running into, is to go ahead and get the replays recorded into MP4 files that I can later do what I'm doing now and do commentary, and then upload to the YouTube page for ICOP. So anyway, that explains why you saw me clicking the play button and such. Whereas in more normal times, I would just run the replay and offer commentary without having to previously have recorded it into an MP4 file. Those look like they might fall a little behind the Colorado, which doesn't happen too often. Oh, landed one, and like I was saying before, Colorado's armor is not really capable of dealing with these shells from the Georgia. So the good guys, they haven't lost a ship yet. Bad guys are down 2 ships. They've lost Gneisenau and Fiji, both of which Reejr sank. And on the back of those 2 kills, the good guys have been able to push this flank a little bit and are chasing the Colorado and the Donskoy. The Z-44 on the friendly team has to be careful with the Donskoy out there because the Donskoy does have 12-kilometer radar and the guns to really tear up that Z-44. Donskoy looks to be accelerating. I think these are going to fall behind Donskoy. We're just going to have to turn one way or the other here. He's going to turn in. No, turning out. And he'll get a shot on the Colorado. Big shells. And we'll see what kind of damage that we can do here. Yeah, what was that, around 8,000? Something like that. Not too shabby. Meanwhile, the good guys have lost the Drake. And Reejr's going to get another shot on Colorado. And now it's time to accelerate and reposition. That looks real bad for the Colorado, those plunging shells. Oh, another 8,000 or so. Colorado got away lucky there, in my opinion. Enemy Iowa is just about gone. Yeah, he's going to sink before Reejr gets a shot off there. The Paolo Emilio out there is contending with the friendly Akazuki. If that Akazuki goes down, the Paolo Emilio can rush the battleships that you can see sitting at Foxtrot 8, somewhere in that ballpark. Okay, this should do it for Colorado. I don't see any way, even if one shell lands here, that the Colorado survives this. The Z-31 that was over there must have run north and center. Well, shows you what I know. Colorado not only survived it, but he's just continuing to run. Bismarck said, nope, nope, nope. Meanwhile, enemy Veneto takes out the friendly Miyoko. And there's the Akazuki. Range 10. Got to watch for torpedoes here. Although it looks to me like Akazuki is positioning to get torpedoes in the face of the shores. Yeah, there they go. If one of those hits, it's going to definitely hurt the shores. He maneuvers through the torpedoes. Bad guys now down 5 ships. Good guys only down 3. Reejr might finish the Akazuki here. Akazuki's engines are out. He's not able to accelerate very quickly. Up. Shores beat him to the punch and finished off the Akazuki. Bad guys are now down 6 ships. And despite the fact that the bad guys have a 3 cap to 1 advantage, this is looking better and better for the good guys. We're down only 3 ships and have Shores in that cap working to secure it. It's probably, well, let's see, I think Veneto's got an island between him and Shores, so Shores might be invisible right now. I think his detection range is probably a little short of where the KGV's at. Well, if Veneto doesn't sink before these shells get there, this should do the job. And it does. That's kill number 3 for Reejr. And this game is firmly in control at this point. Reejr is about to go down. Donskoy burns down the Bismarck. Donskoy has no right to still be in the game. So somebody should have left him a long time ago. But he, to his credit, he keeps the guns hot and does finish off the Bismarck. Reejr goes down to the friendly Colorado. Bad guys only have 4 ships left. The good guys have only lost 4 ships. And this has become, well, it's a rout at this point. Shores does manage to secure the Bravo cap. Akatsuki is now in the Charlie cap. Z44 is in the Alpha cap. And those big shells finally land squarely on the Donskoy, taking it out of the game at last. That's 4 kills now for Reejr. 82,000 damage. So not a whole lot of damage, but does manage to take 4 ships out of the game. And just because of the shell size on this thing, I was going to be a little bit behind, but that's going to finish him off, I think. No, yeah, it did. And that's the Kraken for Reejr. Well done, Reejr. And a Citadel shot to boot. Sweet. So, all over but the shouting. Z31, he's probably just going to YOLO in here trying to finish off the Gneisenau. 892 points now. So we've got, what, an Atlanta hiding out here somewhere? This is going to be over very quickly. If you've never played the Georgia, it is super fun. If you like battleship play, it's hard to find much to not like about the Georgia. Didn't really get to see the secondaries go into action here, but they're pretty fun too. I don't recommend speccing for it, but you can, and they are as effective as secondaries can be, really. So, Reejr, thanks a lot for sending the replay. It was real fun to watch. You did a great job. Had a fantastic game. Picked up a Kraken. Doesn't mean what it used to. You're not getting any signals for it, but still, you get the pride of knowing you did it. Those of you joining me, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.